celestial event. No. Words. Words. Describe. I should have said. The poet. So beautiful. Look, you need to see what I've seen. You need to see.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the Co-Federation Solar Sun, our starship planet Earth, restored to heaven on our and every earth as our spiritual, genealogical, local, global, universal voyager and shared her and his family community enterprise. Our new millennial year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore our and all our in fact familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have in-dimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum. Balance, combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both in each, and each both in all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunderous blast, she merges, her eyes on fire, the mighty priestess. She's risen from the nativity of Caldera. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She's risen. She's risen.
We are risen.
May the circle be around the unbroken. May the love of goddess be ever in your heart. Very peace and very thought and very peace again. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.
Om Mahalakshmi Mriya Maharupa Mahapudya Mahapadakanashini Mahamaya Mahasattva Mahashakti Maharati Mahabhuta Maheshwarya Mahavidya Mahabara Mahabuddhi Mahasiddhi Mahayogeshwareshwari Mahatantra Mahamantra Mahayantra Mahasana Mahayagatkramaradhya Om Mahabhairava-Pujita Maheshwara Mahakalpaka Mahatandava-Sanchini Mahakavesha-Mahiji Mahatripura-Sundari Chatushtashti Upacharagya Chatushtashti Kalamayi महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटियोगिनी गणसेविता
Chilling back. No. Words. Describe. I should have said. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Maybe the people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not your, our new millennial law.
Okay. I've heard the Patricia. Maybe nice sunflower or up through a Peter Blackson. This is Anna Marie singing Christmas, and I am Cherokee, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, and out of Washington, Dakota. And I am also a French, English, and German. P2 I have seen. That means we are all related. We embrace the new millennial growth group as the law of ultimatum of the sacred ground that is Mother Earth and all the planets of all the universes.
Welcome to our broadcast, our first one of today. We are learning some new techniques because what we've come to understand is that the women of North America are so confused and so punch drunk that they really don't know what they're doing and they are walking zombies. And therefore, we can't expect them to gather in a circle too easily. Maybe they'll figure it out and want to. We're waiting for them to want to. See, we want to make it welcoming to them and let them want to. But we think we're going to have to use a little bit of a stick on some of the ladies who haven't been coming. Just a little bit of a stick. Nothing that would hurt them. Just something that would make it clear to them that what they are doing is screwing up the entire world by not knowing the difference between parity and patriarchy. Parity and patriarchy, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a hard concept. There's parity and there's patriarchy. And when patriarchy is very clever, and they are very clever, they give you tokenism. And you, when you're being very silly and stupid, pretend that that's democracy. And my family's in a state of pretending. They're pretending and pretending and pretending. And all my ladies who could be co-hosting this with me are pretending. Everybody's pretending. I'm not pretending. The world is falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. And youth and children of all ages, female and male, especially, most important, with their Shekinah right now, the women of their families. The world is falling apart. And people are falling apart. People that I love are falling apart because I keep saying the same thing to them over and over. And they act as if they didn't hear me. Because they can't let go of Daddy for even like a month. They gotta hold on to Daddy. I'm sorry. I'm
I've done a lot of crying about this because the world is suffering terribly because of this. But I have to be honest that it's so caricature-like what people are accepting as reality. It's so hysterically bizarre and absurd of what they let the televisions tell them, and they keep turning them on. That I have to laugh. Now, the people of my family are going to begin to suffer because of their delays now, and I don't really know if I can stop that. I may suffer a little bit too because I'm a little bit delayed too. I really don't know. But I've been barking up some of the wrong trees. I've been attributing to people the ability to have logical insight and apply it to their behavior. I have come to the conclusion that among the people I know that there is very little logic going on. And what is going on instead is habit. So I have to do some kind of legerdemain to help them get out of their habits that are bad for them. Patriarchy is a very bad habit, ladies and gentlemen. Children, youth especially. It's a very bad habit. It kills planets. It's killing this one right now. That's what's happening. Have you noticed? Now, it's very easy to shift out of patriarchy. Just go to 5050now.wordpress.com and look at the new millennial golden rule. Sit down with people that you know, talk about it, say, I want that. Set up a meeting in some local place in your neighborhood and do it. Boom. And let your extended family know. Start with the women and the young people, age 37 and younger, female and male. And tell them that their primary, in terms of becoming co-secretary generals, co-saviors of this new divine democracy. You can read about it there at 5050now.wordpress.com under the new millennial golden rule. Scroll down to the sections of the We All Have a Dream to Make a Reality Now under the sermon sections, and the section called Among the Representatives, You, and You. Now today is Rosa Parks' birthday, and we have created a new page showing a bus. And we've asked the question, how long will women sit at the back of the bus when it comes to decision making? They are definitely in a lot of places way at the back of the bus. And you know what's so funny about it? Most of them are sitting way at the back of the bus, and there's a few ladies sitting at the front of the bus. But it looks like the front of the bus, probably the middle of the bus. There's a few ladies sitting at the middle of the bus, and they're told to the ones that are forced to sit in the back, see, we're sitting in the middle of the bus. We made progress. And meanwhile, the bus, which is still pretty much controlled by old ape men, is careening over the cliff because all the other ladies are sitting at the back of the bus. So that's our story. Now Rosa is risen through us. We have grandmothers in our family, one whose name's Ray, one whose name is Rose. I've brought them together many, many times. They are brought together in me. And I only wish that those who have all their heritages with these are going to get together. And I'm going to bring them together in the next year or two. I'm going to bring them together and pull out what has gotten in their way of getting together. There is something that's getting in their way of getting together. There's somebody else. There's another grandmother's children came into play and are separating Ray and Rose in our family. And it isn't an honored grandmother, it's a dishonored grandmother by their children. It's a children who dishonor their grandmother. And so they're kind of getting in the way here. We can try to help them to honor their great and grandmothers, but they're not our first priority. That'll come a little bit later. So having said this, we're going to make a couple of calls, And then we're going to get off this broadcast because we have a lot of things to do today, and we want these broadcasts to be brief until we get our co-hosting and co-hosting on these broadcasts of our truly marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers of Shekinah and young people, female and male, in our family, age 37 and younger. And we are going to be here for them. Now, we know that they're in a degraded condition right now, that they're going downward because they haven't been coming. So we're holding the place for them intercessorily. I know we're approaching the shift of the year of the Chinese year of the lamb into the year of the monkey. I say I'm a little bit of both because I'm a lamb and I'm a bonobo. And I'm a bonobo that has become a be-know-how goddesses. So I don't mind being a little bit of a monkey and doing a little bit of monkey business at this time. And then we'll also reconnect it to the lamb, because I always have lamb in my name. Rachel, I'm the mother you, and I will mother you until you wake up to Mother Nature in North America and structure it into the way you do things. And so we'll put you on hold right now and make a couple of phone calls. Okay. Hi, Hadass and Marion and Hadass with all your Shekinah in the circle. I'm broadcasting right now. Oh, I've said your name. I didn't put it on mute. Well, I've shown your picture so many times people can Okay, you must wonder why we put the mute on so much and make so many outreach calls. It's because our family is very important in leading this world. You've seen a picture of our family in context with other very important families. In the next little while, we're going to make sure that all those families know that retroactively we were thinking about them as full leaders of a parity culture. They're going to have to think backwards in time, which is hard for people who didn't have good breastfeeding and aren't that creative in their thinking. But we can help them. I'm sure that if I make the announcements and continue to make the announcements, that I've been Messiah since the year 2000. In fact, I always was. I just didn't know it. And that's true of everyone. And the society is degrading because of patriarchy. And as long as that goes on, people get dumber and the planet gets darker. So we have to switch out of that before it gets so dark and people get so dumb that they destroy themselves. So that's what we're doing. And I love you, and I think we can make it. So we'll turn back time, though, because don't think of this as what the year that you think it is. Don't think of it in terms of that. The universe is a very big place. Even though we have to keep time with our sun and moon to some extent, there's also other ways of thinking of time in this universe. And when you really expand your thinking, you have all the time that you need to do what is the most important thing, which is to love. So I love you, and to love with equality, not just, not false hierarchy and then calling it love. That's not love. So I love you, and I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll do some more broadcasting in a little while.